Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is Third Eye Blind. No, wait, it's Blind Mog Bob. Get some glasses, bro. We're kicking things off with a shuffler special. A very special one, as we don't have any black to be able to fire off the 3 cards we can play with only 2 mana. Mull. Then we get another shuffler special, but this time we will be able to play out at least a pair of cards if the opponent gets some early men down. Keep your pants on. They drop a plains, then follow up with a hawk. The small white men strategy is still a solid plan. With us low on mana, we need to take care of their men when we can. Let's pass on the omen. We don't want to shuffle it back in yet when we really want to draw lands. They play out another 1/1 flyer. This time it's a bat. They might be on Orzhov bats, which we should be good against, as long as we get enough lands to put up a fight. We draw a 3rd land and we'll play out Glissa. We want the card draw. Sniping their small men could be as easy as firing off Exude Toxin. They drop another little fella. They all fly, so they love their chickens. I hope they're okay if we fry them. The lands seem to be flowing well. That's what we like to see. Let's get in there before we do anything. That's right, damages, bro, damages. We'll go with the card draw option. And that gets us another Stormbrood. We can double snipe and take care of both of their guys. Anyone love some fried chicken? Note that we could have used the Scavenger Regent's Omen to take out their men, but I wanted to save it for potentially bigger threats. The opponent is playing a rare blend of cats and bats. Unfortunately for them, those don't have 9 lives. Let's get in there once again and test their blocking skills. They pass on blocking and take the sweet damages. Glissa has already gotten us 2 cards, and there could be more. We draw another Regent, and we'll fire this one off to clear out the Kit Kats. Give them a break. In half, maybe. Gotta give them an award for not giving it up. They keep trying no matter what. As usual, damages first, then we'll see what we can do to mess them up the most. If we fire off the sweeper, we'll lose the Maelstrom on top. We can pass on clearing out their board this turn and play out the tome. Our advantage only keeps growing turn after turn. The mighty Ajani shows up, but he came without his litter box. Please don't make a stinky.
The bonds I build are unbreakable.
Their chicken gets roided up, and it looks like they'll be sending it. That's okay, I'm warming up the fryer. They send in both of their men for some decent hits. I'd be worried, but we have their number, and even Ajani won't be able to stop the chicken from ending up in the fryer. The shuffler wants us to fire off another board clear. Let's go in for some of those honey smacks first. This time around we'll use the counter removing ability and take down the pride mate. This will make sure that the cat goes down with the chicken. They finally ran out of men to play out. All they can do is add a loyalty.
Burns with might.
With Glissa, we don't need to hit opposing planeswalkers because her ability does the same thing as if we had attacked Ajani.
We don't have to fight.
Nice. Yes, it is, isn't it? We'll play out an Overlord for its full price. No messing about. Let's put up lethality on the board. They play out a Linden, but that's only a road bump. The pain train will be coming through no matter what.
True strength comes from within.
We'll send Glissa at their face and the Overlord at a Johnny. Let them sort out the block. They choose to let both of their cards go. That's too bad.
I helped all I could.
Apparently that was an oopsie poopsie. The opponent made a squishy and has to go clean it out. GG's. This is Ned MIC. I bet he's good at Frogger. We get yet another Shuffler special. This time around we have 3 cards we can play out if we don't draw another land. And 2 of those can help us dig through our deck. Keep your hopes up. Bro is nervous about being on the big show. Had to think about which land to throw down. We'll play out a tome. We can use it to scry and hopefully help dig up some lands, or we'll be toast, no jam. I think they were trying to do 2 damage to our tome. You can do that. It does say any target. They might be on synthesizer. What a disaster that would be, right boys? Our scry shows us a momentum breaker on top. I'd love to have it and make them toss a card, but we need our manas. We draw a conduit, so it looks like we'll be stuck on 2 for a bit. We'll play out the second tome and get double the scry action. I'm pretty sure I put more than 2 lands in the deck. They play out a bell but don't use its land fetching ability. Must be nice. Sometimes you get manas, and sometimes manas get you. Our first scry shows us a regent on top, clearly not a land, let's ship it. Our second scry shows us a Stormbrood, we'll ship it too. We draw a Glissa, which is bad news. On the bright side, they've not played anything out to pressure our life total. Let's use our 2 mana to draw a card with a tome, and by some miracle we draw a 3rd land. We've only had to scry a whole bunch just to find it. They play out another bell, and this one too does not fetch them a land. They sacrifice a land to generate a 3/3 token. I hope that was worth it, bro. Let's keep scrying. We still want to get more lands, especially since the Maelstorms only generate colorless mana unless it's for a dragon or an omen. That's a land on top, perfect. Our Surveil land shows us a tome on top. It's fine leaving it. We won't be drawing it since this turn we're going to snipe their token. Smell you later, bro. Are they about to sacrifice another land? Yes, bro, do it. Trash all your lands. That's the only way to get ahead. Our scry shows us a Stormbrood on top. We can't say no. Endless removals is the way to go, my bro. We'll snipe their token, then we'll draw with one of our tomes. They've got to know more lies, but it was the truth. That's only a minor setback. Glissa can easily run the table. We drew another land. At least we've pulled ahead in the mana department. They pull off their endless token combo. At least they didn't pull off their pants. Keep those on, bro. This is a family show. It's time to get Glissa in there, and we'll follow up with a snipe on their token. We just wrecked their combo. They play a face-down card. I didn't think people actually did that. What a crazy frog. Let's get in there for damages. I'm sure they won't block. We'll use the Remove Counter's ability to free up our tome for further draws. Now we'll go ahead and give every creature on board -2/-2. Oh no, your boy is toast, bro. Give him some emergency roids. They play out an Inspector that comes with a clue. But will that clue turn into a 3/3 token or card draw? It gets turned into a reliquary that's going to take out our Glissa. We've got more where that came from. Our scry shows us an Overlord on top. Let's keep it, and we'll be able to play it out. Bro is thinking too hard. There's smoke coming out their ears. Time for an oil change, bro. They play out another reliquary, but these removals are only delays. We can destroy them with a Stormbrood. We draw a cottage. The angry out house could end up doing some damage before this is over. We'll play out Glissa. They're running out of ammo and options. They sacrifice one of their reliquaries to make a token. It doesn't matter. We get a Glissa anyways. Mondric, is that how they win? They get double tokens and load up their board. That's all well and good, but we've got ways to deal with indestructibles. They seem to have a lot of options for someone with only one card in hand. One dead Mondric coming up. Let's get in there and see what they do. That's perfect. They sacrifice their token and their token generator. Thanks, bro. Momentum Breaker will take care of their guy, then we can play out the Conduit, and Glissa can come back from the grave on our next turn. Glissa comes back, but not from the grave. I bet they love to see her back on board. We'll follow up with the Poop Beetle and get ready to serve up some dirty pain all over their face. Their play is a Gear Drake, the little fella that almost could. We drew a Stormbrood, the bane of their existence, of their entire deck even. We'll play it out and snipe their Gear Drake. The end is nigh, bro, grab your socks. This dragon is going to drive the poop machine on a collision course with their face. Eat it, bro. Eat it like a pie. They swallow the damages whole. We didn't even have to massage their throat. They fire off a split up to take out our men. It did nothing to our Poo Beetle though. It's still available for someone to drive. That's funny, their bell drew them a land anyways. Then they swing in for a pair of damages. What they should have done was kept it back to block. They get a clue token, but then they use it. Now they don't have a clue. It's the Overlord's turn to fire up the poop cycle and get in there. That's GG's, very smelly cheese. This is Sheepdog. He goes bow wow wow yippee yo yippee yay. In his pants. It's a Shark Moss Miracles. We get a 3-lander with double tome and a removal. The poop wagon is here as well. It's going to feel great not struggling for lands early. Keep. They play out a tribute, the Roid giving enchantment that's making a comeback. We draw a Glissa, and that's going to be our play. One hit, and we can take out their tribute. They play out a Warden. I can only guess that a Bristly Bill is next. It gets boosted by performance-enhancing enchantments right away. Our scry shows us a swamp. Yes, please. We'll keep it. Let's send in Glissa and test their blocking abilities. To my surprise, they do block up. They're going to run out of men this way. We'll play out the second tome, more draw in more places. And it only costs 2 mana. They fire off a battlefront, more men for less. It's like a discount store, but without the crazy people. They get a pair of Awaken the Honored Dead. It would be good if it didn't have mill 3 cards as the second part. They snipe our Glissa and one of our tomes, but we'll use it to draw before it goes. I'm not sure why they didn't pick the one that doesn't have counters on it, but opponents will opponent. We could hit them with a beetle, but that's only a 3 spot. We don't have enough green for the conduit, otherwise it would be great to get it down. Let's draw with the tome, then we can play out the breaker and make them toss a card. They play out an indestructible Cody's. He keeps fangs apparently. We'll hit them with a betrayal. They're indestructible and their grave are toast. Good luck with these enchantment thingies. We could play out the Overlord with impending, but I prefer to draw. Let's keep our mana up for the activation. They play out another Warden. I don't even know what we can do about that. We'll hit them with the second betrayal, then follow up with the conduit. We've got a Glissa to get back and a tome as well. You gotta love that turn 8 smelf. I can't smelf what you're cooking. It's a pile of going nowhere. The Entrancer, haven't seen him in ages. We're getting Glissa tapped, aren't we? We'll get Glissa back faster if we nuke the board. Let's clean house. They fire off another battlefront. More enchantments, bro? Those don't usually kill people. Maybe try going for something that does damage. They get another Awaken, and they're sniping our conduit. Good thing we don't play only one. Our Surveil land shows us a land, we'll bin it. The conduit will be our play, then we'll follow up with the Overlord. At this rate, they're going to mill themselves out. They play out another Entrancer, but this time it has to tap itself. This turn we'll play out the poop ball, then follow up with the Overlord. They've been able to hold off our men so far, but they can't do that forever. They bring back their indestructible guy. Rome wasn't built in a day, and these beatings can't be thrown in a couple of turns. We need more time. That's a lockdown. It's going to clear out a couple of our things, but it's no major loss. Let's hit them with another poop ball to the face. Then follow up with another Overlord that can crew up our first rolling poo. Let's get in there. Damages, bro, damages. They fire off a sweeper, but we all know our men don't stay dead for long. Then they make the mistake of tapping their blocker when they've got 3 life. All that just to see their ability work. I suppose it's a small victory. Winning a battle only to end up losing the war. I thought we had something we could use in the grave, but it doesn't look like it. Anyways, we can use the Maelstrom to get ourselves a sweeper. Scavenger Regent, where art thou? Prepare your shorts for a staining. And hilariously, we can play out the Maelstrom for another go if we want. Shout out to Wizards for making this happen. They fire off another battlefront, but this time they come up empty-handed. Should play more 3-mana permanents, bro. Oopsie poopsie. Smell you later, also GG's. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.